make up a story here. You and your wife go out and you see your cousin, and your cousin's fat as I don't know if they are or not. Hopefully not. If they are, apologize. Maybe. So they go out and you see your cousin, she's fat as You guys get back in the car and you guys, man, you see motherfucking Mary Jo? How fat she was? That's what we do. We go back in the hard conversation that you should be having with Mary Jo. Hey, Mary Jo, you fucking gained some weight, huh, sister? Kind of big. That's what I do to myself. A lot of people that we see all day long, we see them.
I mean, it depends on the situation. In a restaurant, when you're sitting down, eating, chilling, you never know if they had a bad week. I'm not going to come up to you and be like, hey, put down that steak. That's kind of a jerk thing to do, but I understand this whole thing of like you see someone or you see a loved one who's fat or clearly obese, and then instead of telling them like, hey, you need to be a little bit more careful with how you're eating, we just go, we talk about them, we talk about it in the car. But it's like, also depends on your relationship level. I can't just go up to you and tell you that.
We don't have the hard conversation with we walk around. I'd rather you fucking hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. And that's how I feel about David Goggins.
So you answered my question. I guess forget about your feelings. I'm just going to tell you right then and there, you're getting too fat. You got to lose weight. Direct, but I don't know if it's efficient though. You can't just go up to someone and say that stuff. If they hate you, now they might even eat more. Right? So, but sometimes you're the only person who will ever tell them that. So if they care about making themselves better, they'll forget about this and then just try to do better. Like, obviously it'll be a little bit embarrassing for the time. But in the end goal, when you're a little bit slimmer and you're not so fat, you'll be a lot happier.
I'd rather you fucking hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. And that's how I feel about David Goggins. Motherfucker, I'd rather me hate. Oh, I hate you, David, man. I hate you, David. But I get better from it. And that's why when people see me and I know you're in my little foxhole. If you're in my foxhole and you become a piece of shit, hey, come here, brother. Let me talk to you real quick, brother. People don't like that, man. But I'm not going to allow you to go to a place that's going to be hard to get out of. If I allow you to gain 5 more pounds, or allow you to take 4 more days off of school, or allow you to keep on procrastinating in your fucking life, and I see it, and I tell Jennifer behind your back, I'm doing you no fucking justice.
Agreed.
Zero justice. So where this world is now, you can't say a motherfucking thing.
Agreed.
I do. I still do, and I always will. Don't like me. I'm good with that.
My brother is like that with me. Andrew Tate has talked about that being with his team. I think Serena Williams, coach, you have to be told the things you don't want to hear in order to get better in life. That's just what it is. You're not going to be happy all the time with all the honesty that's brought up to you. It's literally, as the saying goes, truth hurts. If it's not hurting you, it probably ain't the truth. One thing I've also learned about obesity is that it really is kind of a reflection of your life. Not every aspect. I've definitely known obese people who know how to function and do multiple things at once and are great, hardworking people. But this one area does also leak into a few areas that it will hinder your progress, hinder your work ethic, hinder maybe relationships. Like, obesity is one of those things, because of how much it affects your parents, how much it'll also probably affect your health. It overall makes things just harder to enjoy. It's one of those things where it's just like, truly catch it when you can.
I'm good with that.
That's exactly what's going on with like fat models.
That's it. I'm
People
proud.
are like, you're beautiful no matter what. But that's not true.
And the thing about it is, I have no problem if you want to be fat. I have no problem with anybody.
Does anybody even know anybody who really wants to be fat? I know people who want to be slim thick. I know people who want to be full, sturdy. You know what I'm saying? A little bit meat on them. But ain't nobody I know ever. I don't know what poll it was, but it was just like, if you ask a majority of women, I think, if they could grant one wish right now, what would it be? A lot of them said it would be skinny. Most people I know would rather have to struggle to put on weight. Those genetically slim, like those really thin type models who sometimes it can be a little bit hard to put on weight. Most women I know would rather struggle to deal with that than to deal with losing weight, because losing weight is the hardest thing. It is so much work, and it's a mental task. Whereas gaining weight, like, you can kind of be skinny forever and just call it a day. Like, you might be a little bit malnourished looking, you might be a little, get a few chicken leg comments here and there, but you're skinny. It's very light.
I have no problem if you want to be fat. I have no problem with anybody. If you want to be whatever the fuck you want to be. But make sure if you're fat, motherfucker, go be fat. Go be real fucking fat.
But let's be real. Nobody wants to be fat.
Nobody
no one
does. That's why I
wants to
said
be
it,
fat.
man. Nobody does.
It's not true.
Nobody.
They will pretend. I'm fine with it. But if
They're
I could
lying.
give you a button that you could push and boink,
Be skinny.
That's
all of a
what.
sudden you'd have this incredible body.
That's
Take-
what I
everybody-
just said. I just said. And mad people, like, obviously no one really wants to be like skinny, but like I think we all have the understanding of just like a slim, a slim, functional, no fat on the body type fit. Man, everyone and they mom. And that's another thing that I really don't like about how like these really morbidly obese models try to make it seem like they're perfectly fine being 300, 400 pounds. You are such a liar. It's one thing if you're 200 pounds, like that's still like most people are around the 200 pound mark, girls and guys, but 300, 400, you don't enjoy being in that size. You can't walk anywhere. You can't crawl anywhere. What are you talking about? This whole thing of just be fat, be happy. I understand love yourself, but better yourself because now you're in pain. It's just this lie of just all this weight. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly comfortable. I'm happy. You're not happy. Getting out of bed with all that weight, moving, doing regular everyday tasks, writing your name probably gets you out of breath. Like, it's not enjoyable, people. Please.
that you could push and boink.
Be skinny.
All of a sudden you'd have this incredible body.
Yep.
Everybody would push that button.
But what happens is now we get in this world where it gets hard.
Yeah.
And so the harder it is, the more you start to push back. And the more you push back, and then it's not right for people to talk about. It's not right for, like, let's say you are fat. I was fat. So I talk about it. Go ahead and say something, motherfucker. I was fat too. And it was hard as every fucking day to get up. I know what it feels like. When you roll your fat ass out of bed and all you want is some fucking damn cinnamon buns and shit and fucking chocolate milkshakes. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. But I can't want it more than you. And so many people just want it the easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. So what they start to do is they build this narrative of it's okay. When the narrative should be, you need to work harder. You need to discipline your mind better. We need to help people more than just saying it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that you're not willing to help yourself out. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. Even though it's your life, if that's acceptable, that's unacceptable. And there's a lot of people in this world, me included, that if I accepted that, I wouldn't be anywhere.
I still remember seeing a post about how weight loss is not a problem of lack of motivation or lack of time. It is strictly just a lack of discipline. As someone who has looked through a lot of weight loss transformations, more often than not, you will see the same thing of, I just decided I am going to get this done. No matter what, I am going to push through. Every single day I'm going to work out. Every single day I'm going to try my best to be a little bit healthier. I am going to discipline myself that no matter what, especially if you set yourself a time frame, which is one of the things I've learned as one of the biggest reasons of how you're going to like lose weight, realistic time frames, and then set these goals. It is 1000% achievable. It is just a lot of mental hurdles, and at the end of it, you'll be even stronger mentally and physically because you've decided the world or the things around me do not control what I'm capable of doing. Like, I can do what I need to do. It's just this battle, and it leaks into other parts of your life, inevitably making you a little bit of a better person.
So, yeah, a lot of people just they start creating a narrative about themselves that make it okay. The ultimate get out of jail free card. And now the world is set up to have so many get out of jail free cards. Everything is okay.
Yeah.
And you can't say a motherfucking thing about it.